Hey everyone, it's Jenna Melanson from Canadian Beats Media. Today I'm joined by the Swinging Bells, who are nominated for a Canadian Folk Music Award in the Children's Album of the Year category. So let's get into our latest segment of Zoomies Festival Edition. First off, care to introduce the Swinging Bells a bit more in depth for our listeners?
Yeah, sure. I'm Laura, this is Erin, and this is Duane, and we are the Swinging Bells. We make swing music for families, we say, for the young and the young at heart. We've got a kind of a Django Reinhardt kind of influence coming from Duane's great love of Django and the influence it has on his music. So it's influenced our own quite a bit. And Erin and I are primary elementary school teachers. And so a lot of what we do and what we write about comes from things the kids have said to us or things we've talked about with them in class. And just, it sort of grew from there. Yeah.
So congratulations on being nominated in the Children's Album of the Year category. Um,
Thank you.
the album is called Welcome to the Flea Circus. How does it feel to be recognized among such a talented group of artists?
Oh, it's an absolute honor to be among these wonderful musicians who are also making incredible music for families. You know, it's such an important genre of music, and we are really, really happy. We're a small group of musicians making
Mhm.
music specifically for families, and so we know a lot of these musicians, and so we're really looking forward to it. And we're extra excited because we get to play a show with a lot of them on Sunday as well, and that's going to be so exciting. It's in a beautiful theater at the LSPU Hall, and that we all get to come together to make music all together. It's going to be absolutely
Mhm.
phenomenal.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's a real honor.
Awesome. If you had to choose one song from your album for a new listener to check out, which would you choose?
That's a great question because our new album kind of has three different sort of styles on it. One is kind of like our swing style, which is kind of like a bit more jazzy. One is more, I guess, like acoustic. We got different acoustic guitars and mandolin and banjo. But then we also have we call electro swing, which is like kind of our normal sounds, but with like beats put behind it and that sort of thing. Um, But I would say, out of all of that, for this album, my favorite track still is the title track, "Welcome to the Flea Circus," which is more of our electro swing
Okay.
style.
Okay. What initially inspired you to focus on creating music specifically for young audiences?
It wasn't completely a decision. It just, Duane is a musician in his own right, separate from the Swinging
Mhm.
Bells as well, long, well established. And Erin and I started kind of playing music together when we started working together at the same school, probably 12 or 13 years ago now. And at first we had put together a band with another friend of ours, Krista Penny. And so we were playing, we did some RPMs. The RPM challenge is a musical challenge that is an international challenge that to make an album in February, not for commercial gain, just for artistic purposes. And so with our other band, the Dilettantes, we made three over, 3 years, three Februarys in a row. We made an RPM album, and we, kind of got our chops up that way. And we're playing with the three of us, and got really into that like three-part harmonies, and then Erin and I kind of, realized that we also were playing kind of wackier music for our students, right? Would be like, oh, we go to rehearse with the Dilettantes and be like, oh, you want to hear the song I wrote with my kids today? It's about worms. Or want to hear this song I wrote? It's about, grilled cheese sandwiches coming to life, like really weird stuff. And so then we realized like that had a place. And so we were going to do a second RPM the same month. We were going to do a whole other RPM of just children's music. And we started kind of sitting around the kitchen. Here we are now at Erin and Duane's. And Duane offered to, just do the recording for us because he's technically handy that way, as well as being musically handy. And he just liked what we were doing and said, you know what, we should really we should put a show together. We'll book a place 2 weeks time. Let's just do it. You know, we didn't have time to do both RPM. So we did just the Dilettantes RPM. And then 2 weeks after we kind of started writing some music, we went and just performed a show like above a really beautiful bakery downtown, and it was packed. It was so like we were turning people away. It was kind of a short notice sort of pop-up kind of thing, and we were like busting at the seams and had a great show. And then we were like, oh, I think we're onto something here, and just went from there. That's good. Yeah.
Sums it up.
Care to share some insights into your creative process when it comes to composing your songs?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I think our songs come from a bunch of different places. Sometimes one of us will have an idea for a song that we'll kind of bring to the group. It might come from one of our songs we like to talk about came from Laura's trip to the dump one day, and we were talking about, you know,
the landfill facility.
Yeah. Yeah.
A perfect day to go to the dump.
So we wrote a song about a perfect day and all the little things in life that make it a perfect day. We will have songs about dogs. So a lot of times it'll just come from an idea that someone has that's sparked by something in our lives. Sometimes it'll just, you know, something will pop into your mind, or sometimes a melody will come in, and then we'll say, you know, this is an idea that I have for a song, and then we'll work together on creating the song around it. So it comes from a bunch of different places, and we never really know how it's going to come to us, but we're always very open, and we all have like on our phones and our voice memos probably 100 different ideas for songs, because often
200, 300.
Yeah, we were going this is a song I do like the Swinging Bells, and so so sometimes we'll just scroll through that and have a listen and think about all those ideas, and something will come from that. So we're open for wherever the music comes from.
We invite inspiration
we'll
from
pull
everywhere.
it down.
Okay. So what's next for the Swinging Bells in terms of inspiring, engaging young audiences through your music?
What's next? Lots of stuff bubbling up. I'm not sure the time frame of when, you know, this gets released, but you know, we're kind of looking towards the summer now. So we've got a few things taking shape there. One highlight is heading up to Canmore, Alberta for the Canmore Folk Festival. That'll be in August. And then we got a couple of other shows, like we have our own kind of standard show that we do, but we also still somewhat recently had a wonderful collaboration with the Kalos Youth Orchestra. So that's our local provincial youth orchestra here in Newfoundland and Labrador. And that was really exciting. So that's something else we're looking at developing. And it's, you know, there's a lot involved with it, I guess you could say. I mean, in its essence, it's a story. I mean, it's not quite a musical, but we have, like, Laura actually dons a life-size, what style puppetry is it?
Bunraku, Japanese puppetry, and I'm the hands of the puppet, but the puppet is as big as me.
Yeah, and Erin is she's like the narrator, and then I'm conducting most of the show because it's with the youth orchestra. So it kind of takes, you know, some of the kind of more iconic music from the classical music tradition. And we use that as like a soundtrack for the story that we tell with our hero Fawn, Laura Puppeteer. So that's another thing that's bubbling on the horizon.
We call it a musical adventure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next 5 questions are just for fun, and you can each answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the CFMAs taking place in St. John's, are there any specific sites you would like to check out, or are you from there?
We're from here.
You're from there. Okay. So there's no sites for you to check out, I would say. So what are you looking forward to most?
And we can suggest things for other people to look at if you want. What are we looking forward to the most?
Yeah.
I'm really excited that there's some, you know, showcases happening early in the evening. I don't get out much to see a lot of music anymore because I go to bed really early. Because I'm noticing, like, you know, there's some showcases happening out and about that like start like 7, which is totally my jam. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay.
And we're looking forward to welcoming some of the family musicians that are coming to our province. Like we are really excited to kind of welcome them and show them around. And so that's going to be really exciting. And hopefully we're going to get a chance to actually maybe even make some music together. So it's been really, yeah.
You agree?
I'm letting them this blitz round.
Oh, I think we all
Yeah.
get to answer the question.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just checking out, or looking forward to checking out a lot of the music that I'm not familiar with, because I know it's all going to be great.
Okay, awesome. Who was your favorite children's artist or band when you were growing up?
Raffi and Fred Penner. I remember seeing Raffi play here at the Arts and Culture Center when I was really little. My mom took my brothers and I together, and it was just Raffi, just sat on a stool, wearing his Hawaiian print shirt, playing the guitar, and I was probably about 4. I'll never forget it. It really imprinted really strongly in my brain.
We loved when we were growing up Fred Penner. That was a big deal. And since I've had the opportunity to meet him a couple of times, and what an amazing human Fred Penner is, so kind and giving. And also Sharon, Lois, and Bram. I remember going to see them when I was a kid. And I think one of our greatest compliments was someone said, we're a group of 3. So sometimes we get that comparison, but someone said we were like Laura, Erin, and Duane. How about you?
Yeah, I'm a bit older, so I kind of miss Fred Penner and all those, but Sharon, Lois, and Bram were around for sure. But I really remember like Mr. Dress Up. There'd be a bit of music in that. But Friendly Giant.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we classify that as children's music, but it was always wonderful music in that show.
Yeah, in the intro.
Great.
Well, they had jams were like, who was it played the recorder? Was that the Giant?
Oh yeah, he played the recorder.
And Rusty I think had a harp, and Jerome had
bagpipes or something.
I think he did have Rusty had bagpipes.
Okay.
They did this like kind of early music, kind of Renaissance jams.
They did Renaissance jam.
That's how old Duane is.
If your band had a theme song, what would it be called?
Welcome to the Flea Circus.
So that says it all.
Yeah.
No, we always start every show we've ever played with the song from our first album called Attitude of Gratitude, because we just feel really lucky to be doing what we're doing. Every time we get a chance to get up on a stage and play for people, play for families, play for children, whether it's a theater or a gym at a school, like we play everywhere, and we play all kinds of music. I mean, all kinds of venues for different people, but we always start with that song because that's always how we feel. We're like, we're here, we're delighted, we're doing it. We have an attitude of gratitude.
Okay. If you could collaborate with any famous children's character, real or fictional, who would it be and why?
Oh, that's a really hard one. I would, well, you know what? I would like to write a song with Nancy Drew. Because Nancy Drew was really what got me into reading when I was young, like in grade 2 or 3, the old hardcover Nancy Drew books. Either those or maybe some of the characters from Narnia. Those were my 2 big childhood, that's what drew me into becoming a really avid reader. And so for me, those particular characters always hold a place in my heart.
Great.
I think for me, my 3-year-old niece Edie has recently introduced me to the world of Bluey. And I didn't know about it. And so it's an amazing show. And so I think that we would do really well writing some songs with Bluey. And the whole family. Yeah.
Bluey's cool.
Oh,
I love dogs.
We won't get started on Laura's love of dogs.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Love dogs.
Okay.
I think I'd go with, who was the piano player in Peanuts? Was that Schroeder?
Schroeder.
Seemed pretty cool.
Yeah, awesome. And last but not least, with spring finally here, what's your favorite outdoor activity to enjoy as the weather warms?
Oh, well, for me, it's definitely hiking with my dogs. And now that once the ice is kind of gone from the lakes and the ponds, I'm getting ready. Erin's a wintertime swimmer. She'll swim in any weather, cold weather. Yeah, she's a winter swimmer. I need it to be a bit warmer, not too warm. I can do it in the spring. So I'm really looking forward to swimming in a pond with my dog.
Yeah, I think I totally agree with that. I think the swimming is the most exciting thing at this time of year. It's the water's so cold and crisp. You just get right in there and then have a hot cup of tea afterwards. It's fantastic.
I can't really see it, but literally just outside the frame right here is our chimney.
Okay.
And that means the wood stove is on the other side of that. So this is always my time of year for getting wood.
Okay.
Tapping
All right.
tree.
Oh, tapping trees is a good time
Yeah,
too.
tree tapping time for some maple syrup
Mhm.
too.
For sure. Okay, so thanks for joining me and good luck at the awards.
Thank
you
you
so much.
It was really nice to talk to you.
We had a really good time.
Great questions.
Really great question.
Yeah.
Thank you.